This is local radio on the 770 talking about NYPD and FDNY, the commissioners, and there's something going on, but it's like a background conversation with other stuff and whatever. I saw this morning they're doing a whole lot of mining of nickel. Tesla's bringing in, he's in charge of the TWIT. So the magic board saying, and he's bringing in this kitchen sink. And again, I have federal paper of lead-based paint, and it has the 1978 logo on it, or logos on it, numbers, whichever, for important between Shrine and Shire in whatever.
But I remember not long after you stepped away, there was a horrible fire in the Bronx. I mean, horrible.
This is AM radio.
Died, just people at home that day. And there was a heater issue, an issue with the heater. And you were...
So now I'm on the financial markets that work off of a Jason Bourne schedule according to Hollywood. When I don't watch them, I don't have money in the markets necessarily. There is this blind trust relationship of some sort, and there is this integrated cognitive storyline of controlling this conversation that's going on at the moment. So the financials, I believe, over here are at the moment going off of something called a Jason DJ FM AM J algorithm. At least that's what I've been able to decrypt myself just by watching normal human activity on the big board or on the magical technology where I see in other worlds. I mean, again, in like mythology, it sounds like mysticism and magic and mystique, and I sound so big, strong, and powerful for my ability to like read the world around me. And then for those living in modernity, you feel like a twit for like, why didn't I see it that way? Or like, why didn't I notice it? Or why wasn't I able to pull it all together? Again, different timing mechanics in astrological programming and how humans work in the great big wide world and the local portion of the gifts that one receives in their lifetime. So I'm just, I don't know. I mean, like, I'm trying to use my words wisely between field day, diplomacy, and cheerleading. I'm like walking a really tight wire, it feels like. And like, need to know, what do I need to know? And then however that works in the great expanse or the great contraction of whatever. So I'm
all morning
listening
long, that
for
overturned
clues
tractor trailer, they've got that out of
on the regular radio. I'm listening to the humans talk. I don't know who that guy was. Again, the voice, and it didn't have a name. It just says 770. Just at Brady Bunch level, because that's like, for me, he's the insignia year on that. He's the face, he's the symbol of 1977. I don't know anybody else from 1977. I've never met anybody. Like, it's big board controlled. He's the control on my big board, and he's the only representative from 1977 at like superstardom level that they put up there. So one eagle on a quarterback. I don't know. That's just how it rolls in Cesar. Will you what? So I don't want to get in trouble with Otis and the elevator company and then ladders and whatnot. Between the telephone company of the local, regional, long distance, just to control some of the international callers that are like, whoa, we're up to what part now? Some of them had answers before that they kept from me because I don't have access to mythology, the script, what church is running what, like team, league, legion, legionnaires, disease, wait, what? At nanotech, between nanotech, biotech, I mean, like, it's macro and micro, and then we have the economy in there, and I'm just in this facet of multifascinating perspectives and how the magical machine is grinding and gearing, and the MIGs are rigged in some whatever, in convalescence, and I'm just like holding on to some form of magical platform with an integrated portion. It's not just sport. There's religion in it. There's mass migration, egress. Oh my gosh, egress. That just brings in a whole nother word apparition and prevost and ambassadorship. I'm going whatever. So it's star 1978. Oh, and my license today, Lou fixed whatever it was on the computer that I hate with the way that they built the internet, but whatever, on a maxi pad and a tampon with cotton bullets. So he fixed whatever it was at DMV yesterday. He sat down there. He has the mental fortitude to do it. I don't. Between my eyes and whatever's going on in geospatial and my balance, I saw on Heal, they have someone who calls himself a neuroscience wizard that uses vibrational frequency and toning of, like, I don't know what science it is. He would know better, but he's in that Heal movie, Heal. He puts on these earphones and has the patient totally relax and brings back equilibrium between the outside vibrational world, what the skull is picking up on, and the inner tuning of the nanotech that goes on the inside of the body. That's the U with the special symbol for calligraphy. So I can't walk around with earphones on like that, like bringing my balance in my cephalic region into harmony with where I need. And I don't know what's going on with big area studies of all sorts of biochemistry and electronic pulse technology and whatever else it could possibly be in world of possibilities with all this computing and anarchy, it feels like. So I couldn't sit there. I just didn't have the mental fortitude to do it. And Lewis is the one big proponent of, he wanted the computer filing system, or at least he said that was the next big whatever, and I was like not having it as a kid, and I'm still not having it. And he said, so he went on to the DMV website. He sat down there for like, I don't know how many like hours. He finally came up with a paper. He fixed it. He figured it out. Some link, hard to find. He paid for whatever it was. And then I went on this morning, that I did myself, and it was green light so I could drive. So everything was fixed and cleared up. But he had to pay some fees, and it was paying fees for some bogus charge that wasn't even related to anything. I wasn't even driving at the time, but they filed some kind of charge and against me, something fraudulent, I assume. or something on Tia Frio, but they put it on my record for some reason. And it had some points associated with it. No idea what that's about. But he paid a fee, and then it just went away. So now today I got the green light, so I'm in Linda and Lewis's car, and I'm driving to my doctor's appointments that I have. So that's just a follow-up to whatever yesterday was in the disgusting and filthy amount of tickets and something called a judgment that was on some paperwork that I didn't even know existed. Because again, they're not sending mail to the house. I don't know if they're just using email. Then I looked this morning on the driving thing, and my name is correct on my driver's license. But in their database, they have some connection between Romer and Tia Frio. No idea why. So whatever that balancing game between 76 and 75 for whatever they're up to in keeping toilet paper, I have no idea. But I did see that Elon brought the twit sync to the buying of Twitter on the news today. So I'm like, hopefully that will get whatever ball rolling in. This is not worth like daily whatever. I mean, I deserve better. I deserve a man who's gonna love me and who is intelligent enough for the two of us, since I seem to be the one that they pinned the twit button on for whatever reason. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza. It's Earth, Solar System, Milky Way, Universe, Galaxy is broken. Space-side Station, Bayside, New York, 11361. Also on CBS this morning, they have something about Japan they're running out of next gens in this one particular community. They showed what a wonderful society they are. The government helped some of the single mothers get jobs. Their older generation helps take care of the younger generation to alleviate some of the trouble, but they're also in much better health status than what I have going on over here. They're still fluid in their motion, their ROM, their range of motion. They're just at a better health status than what's going on over here at the moment. And then they showed pictures of Ukraine, something called a white phosphorus being showered down upon the people. And they told a horrific war story on that. I'd never heard such things before. But as far as that chemical engineered portion and seeding the gases in the clouds, how acid rain works, and then working with what's on the ground. Nancy Pelosi said ground initiative, go there. So I'm looking at ground initiative, and I'm looking at the colors of the gases coming out of some of the tailpipes and incombustible possibilities. Knowing alcohol is one thing at large area distilleries, but it's the chemical components that they're putting as additives into the ethanol that then become a real health concern. And then that goes back to, they just found a gigantic nickel mining whatever in the long distance territory without staying in the twit region and zone without going international visitors. So for telephone company work or whatever. And I'm supposed to have my own 3-letter call sign, which was white robed in private ceremony. So I'm going with that at the moment, with one of my generation. Who swore he'd come back, and I am just hoping that he's gonna arrive any day now. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza to Earth, solar system, Milky Way, universe, galaxy is broken. It's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361. Oh, and they made a mention last night on the news about Mark Meadows and looking for 11,078 votes, just so my whatever is aware, heads up. They mentioned it once before. Symbolically. I don't know if that has to do with the 8-3 and the 1-1. Kind of, sort of, but not really. I'm not sure. I guess that goes back to what do I need it for? Augusta. Mucho gusto.